have a double take.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Numero uno.
Let me get this loaded up here. Let me find that for you.
Yeah. Get ready for the next two, folks.
I got it right here. You ready?
Do it.
Round one. Fight.
You know what? I'm gonna give you the damn camera.
You beat me to it. Listen, y'all. You can make what you want of the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark rivalry. So far, it's one-sided.
Yeah, it is.
Caitlin Clark and the Fever have only lost one time to Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky, and that was a comeback win in Chicago. Well deserved because they raced back from a 17-point deficit. Chicago did. But this is about Angel Reese's attitude, which pisses me off because you heard Victor say it earlier. Ever since that not even the national championship, ever since the game they played against Iowa for a regional championship in which Angel Reese played a gutty game with an injury with 17 points and 20 rebounds on a bad knee.
Mm-hmm.
We covered that game.
Yes, we did.
Nothing since. Anybody can miss layups and put it back up in the basket. And for a while, when the game opened on Saturday, they had Angel Reese at the controls. And for the first 5 minutes, she looked like she was in her place. But after the Fever went on a 10-2 run and closed the quarter with the lead, a lead they would never relinquish, Angel Reese looked like a deer in headlights.
And I that's why I questioned, could this also be a coaching issue? Did they make a change that knocked the Sky out of their rhythm? That could be a possibility.
To be perfectly honest, Victor, Chicago never had a rhythm. They never had a sustained run. And we're not talking about 4 to 6 points. We're talking about what Indiana did 3 separate times, 10 and up. 10 points, a 10-point run and up. 12-2 run, 13-2 run, 15-2 at one point in the third quarter. After the flagrant foul, the Indiana Fever went on a 16-2 run and blew the doors off the Gainbridge Field.
And I said, and we said this throughout the entire broadcast, how many empty trips the Sky had.
Gosh. Listen, the Fever had many empty trips with Chicago having a chance to take advantage of it and get back in the game. Unfortunately, they allowed Indiana to capitalize and they increased the lead from 5 to 13 at the half. And after that, the game was over.
Yep.
BGS said it's Saturday, and I give him all the credit in the world. Indiana was having a horrible game, even though they were up double digits for most of the game.
Right. It was ring rust. It was the first game of the season. There's ring rust everywhere. We know that.
But that flagrant foul with the Fever holding a 14-point lead at the time, that flagrant foul turned into two things: an empty trip for the Sky, and as BGS said on Saturday, a reason to care.
Yep.
Because Caitlin and the Fever were going through the motions. Okay, Caitlin was trying to figure out her new teammates. Dewana Bonner, Kelsey. Well, Kelsey Mitchell's not a new teammate, but she was trying to figure out her team and where they can be and their spots on the floor, and the offense that Stephanie White wants to run.
And Dewana and Caitlin are going to be a match made in heaven.
And for others, a match made in hell.
Yep.
They gave the Indiana Fever a reason to care. In other words, Angel Reese, you did the wrong thing. You pissed him off.
You made him mad.
I was about to say.
It's like There's an old series that y'all remember that I am a big fan of. Caitlin Clark and the Fever basically said to Angel Reese, Angel Reese, don't make us angry. You wouldn't like us when we're angry. And it turned into a 35-point blowout. How many times did after that play, after that supposed flagrant foul, Victor, Shane, how many times did I say stop it on a Fever 3-point field goal?
Yeah,
No.
numerous times.
Here's the thing. Angel Reese basically dropped the gloves and wanted to go rounds. But the problem is she fired up the wrong team.
Okay, I'll put it
Her
like
team
this.
fell dead.
I'll put it this way. In my gamer friends are gonna appreciate this. In the game Fight Night Champions, there's a mission where you're fighting against the guy, but if you go to the body, he'll pretend like he got hit low.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to give no doubters. You had to say, okay, they're gonna try and call anything close. Let me give you a no doubter. That's what the Fever did. They said, "Oh, you think if we get close to you, we're gonna foul you and get flagrants? No. Let's hit you from distance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give you a no doubter." Because Caitlin started pulling up threes.
Kelsey
Bonner stopped pulling up threes.
Kelsey Mitchell pulled up and hit a couple deep ones.
I mean,
and Aaliyah Boston just moved everybody
yes.
out of the way.
Aaliyah Boston was a monster.
And I'll say it again. Angel Reese, you did the wrong thing.
You messed up.
You challenged. You know you done messed up, right?
Right.
You know you done messed up, right?
You pulled a Pittsburgh Steelers in the basketball game.
And stuffed a roll of quarters the size of Wintrust Arena up your own ass.
Angel Reese tried to go on the island of relevancy, and the entire Indiana Fever team speared her off of it.
Yep.
A spear. Here's a name for you, Victor and Shane. A spear better than Charles Haley spearing Phil Simms.
Yep. A
spear better than Mike Singletary dropping any Green Bay quarterback you could think of. And yes, I'm going there.
You want to know what everybody did by the time that game was over? This.
I will say this: who held the bigger L, the Sky on Saturday, or the Leafs on Sunday?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that after the break. But let me close this part of the double take with this. You messed up, Angel Reese. You messed up big. And when the Fever come to the United Center, unless you have a response, it's going to be more of the same Indiana-sized ass whooping you got on Saturday.
BTA.
And you better talk to your teammates and tell them, look, they're out for blood. Because if you don't,
it's going to happen again.
You will get swept in the season series. And like last year, you won't even sniff the playoffs. That's Snowman's take. What's yours?
BTA.
We're going to stay here and say hi to Ryan McCarthy, Mr. McCarthy, the Hawkeye Hoops Heaven. Sick Diggy is here. Blake Hammock is here. Kenneth Clark is here. Oh, man. All of our great rowdy friends. Arku is here. The Hambone, Blake Hammock is here. And now I have a second Snowman's take.
All right.
I want y'all here with me on this one because we'll get back to our discussion of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark in a little bit. Dear NFL, you're in trouble.
How?
Why? Because Brock Purdy is locked in and locked up for the next 5 years.
He got paid.
5 years,
Heavily.
$265 million. And for those of you who understand NFL contracts like we do, that's a lot of it is backloaded.
Mm-hmm.
The big number you need to pay attention to is $180 million
guaranteed.
To mention something that Victor mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Deebo Samuel said 4 words, quote, "My brother, well deserved," close quote. Y'all hear it every day during the intro. Now I can say it even louder. And yes, this is the homeralert.exe. Thank you, Ryan McCoffey, for that. To all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters, shut the up. Because Brock Purdy is the quarterback for the 49ers. Brock Purdy got paid. And pretty soon so will Fred Warner. And oh, by the way, you know who else got paid from the 49ers and locking up their core?
Who?
The conspiracy tight end himself.
Oh,
George
the animal.
The Animal Kittle.
Oh, we talked about that one.
Yes, we did.
We talked about that one.
If y'all saw the shorts on the YouTube channel, Victor had fun with that one.
Conspiracy. Keeping that damn boogeyman on the Niners. The Niners gonna be something to see, though. The Niners gonna be something to watch this year. And they're healthy. And they're healthy.
Let's just hope they
got
stay
a
healthy.
healthy Christian. I know. Let's hope they stay healthy. The biggest piece has been taken care of now with Brock Purdy.
Yes.
Yep.
Another big piece that's been taken care of on the offense with George Kittle.
Yes.
You know who got taken care of? You know, 2 offensive pieces that got taken care of last year that is going to prevent a cloud over them. Trent Williams and Christian.
Yeah, CMC was yep.
CMC was the big thing last year.
Yes, he was.
So was Trent Williams. Don't forget the offensive line.
Mm.
And watch this. The Niners are going to find that offensive line and put it together.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to come out smoking. Why? Because they have nothing else to think about now except football. Except how do we punish everyone that we're scheduled to play?
Yep.
How do we revert back to the 80s and 90s and not take what teams give us, but take what we want?
Basically,
now
all they got to worry about is week 1.
Yep.
Brock Purdy. I'm gonna say this about Brock Purdy, and people are not gonna like me for this, but I don't care. Give me this camera.
Gotcha.
Brock Purdy is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, period.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of the payday, but because of his performance and the circumstances they're in. He was thrown into the fire after Jimmy Garoppolo got injured. And at the time, Garoppolo was leading the 49ers to a pretty good season. Brock Purdy just took it over the top. And for those of you who don't and won't understand that, I offer you this case. Last year, Brock Purdy played 15 games. 15. He threw for 3,820 yards. So imagine if he played all 17. He could have been just the second quarterback in 49er history with back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons. And third quarterback overall with a 4,000-yard season. The other 2 are Jeff Garcia. And oh, by the way, some fella named Steve Young.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting the pieces around Brock Purdy. They're going all in on Brock Purdy. And for all you YouTubers out there, and yes, I'm playfully calling y'all out too, that think the Niners overpaid for Brock Purdy, shut the up.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, Paul,
are you kidding me?
Yeah,
No.
they actually think that Brock Purdy got overpaid.
Mr. Harlan.
Stop
And sometimes I just think,
you know what? That makes me mad.
but I can't wait for week 1. And to borrow the legendary words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, when we go to Seattle and stomp a mud hole in their ass and walk it dry.
Oh, hell yeah!
That's
I am,
no double take. What's yours?